Alright, boys and girls, ladies and gents, look what I got here for you today. We got the box. What's inside the box? Dun dun dun. But before we talk about what's in the box and what's happening, you think Rainbow Sunshine over there would want to have a little fun? I don't know. I bet he thinks it's fast. Yeah, I know he thinks it's fast. Just by looking at it, you can tell he thinks he's fast. But, well, we got Project F-Body here, folks. Now, this is the mysterious F-Body. Haven't been inside this car. I literally am just looking at it. We got a problem. I think y'all will quickly recognize we got some issues, right? Got this monkey nonsense here, but got a lot of this cool stuff too. So, yeah. Gonna have to teach the old stepbrother a few things about mechanicking, but that's alright. He's pretty green. He's real green. He doesn't even know I'm taking a video of his car yet. But look at those heads, folks. Yes, those are not cathedral ports. So, he's got better heads than I do. But, you know, the cool thing is, homeboy's helped me out a lot. The heads that I have on Duke, he actually gave to me. I just paid to get them machined. And so I'm very grateful. So, you know, sometimes you just got to give back. Set down my beverages here, folks. Easy. No judgment there. I'm not sure what you're drinking right now, but I'm drinking tea. So we got a box full of goodies. We got some shocks. Let's take a look at this thing. Okay, we got a roll cage. Did not know that was there. Wow, look at that cluster. I don't know if y'all can see that. I literally have not seen this car. He moved away for a while, and I don't know where he went. He went gallivanting around the countryside. He got married in the process, and then he comes back home, and he comes back with a box of goodies. Maybe we can make some of that work somewhere, somehow. But we're going to get this done, so we'll time-lapse a lot of this. We'll talk about, you know, what is Holley, what all do you need. We're going to have some fittings and some stuff, so we got to get this shit rolling. But these are your injector harnesses, guys, so we got to make sure that his injectors will work too. There's a Breakneck Speed Shop in Lubbock, Texas. Jake, your boy Jake. He's hooked me up in the past with some stuff, guys. He got some stuff on Duke. He wanted to maybe throw a Breakneck sticker on the back of Duke one of these days if it ever becomes Breakneck worthy. You know, Breakneck, but I think it's going to be Breakneck worthy, but I don't know if it's in the box today or not. So we'll talk about what's in the box and what's not in the box. Now, the good old stepbrother said, hey, you don't need to bring any tools, but we're going to see. He doesn't have a whole lot of stuff, and we're going to figure this out. And I haven't done a naturally aspirated build in a while. So I have to think about, yeah, we got to hook up these little guys right here. Those actually have to be functional. I have to remember how to hook those up. So, whenever else fails, guys, read your instructions, okay? Because on Duke, you just, with turbos, you leave that unplugged. I know when Duke was naturally aspirated, it has to be plugged in. So, anyway, I'll show you what's underneath this car. He's got some cool stuff in here. I think it's got a brake and some other stuff. He doesn't know. He doesn't even know what he's doing right now. He's just unrolling cords, making a mess, getting stuff in the way where we'll trip and fall. But I'm kind of excited, guys. So this is your main harness, and everything, like, look at that. It's labeled. You can still read the labels on Duke even after it's been 2 years. So Holley just does a bang-up job on this. And of course the ECU is right there with the handheld, so he got the little handheld, which is cool. We'll figure that out. We'll get that where it needs to be. You know, but like, look, map sensor. Bingo. I have no idea where we're going to put that map sensor yet, because I don't know where his intake tube is or his air filter. We're going to kind of like just wing this. We'll see if we get it running. Who knows what's going to happen, but stay tuned. We'll find out.
Hey guys, real quick note to self. When you're working on a car and it's been setting out for a while, make sure if you put water under the hood, you cover off those valves. He washed it and tried not to get water in there, but it does not take much water to get in those valves with those cylinder heads exposed. So anyway, we got to blow that out, clean it up, and we'll get this cleaned up, and you know, just a little preventative maintenance. So 2 and 4 were open. but we'll get those cylinders cleaned out.
So this has been the joy of installing the Terminator X. So we're gonna see how he can get himself out of here. Y'all ready? I told him to get out. He's not moving. I don't know if he's still alive. I see his eyes blinking. Oh, he's alive. All right, cool. I just thought y'all might enjoy the show. But then again, I think I'm gonna have to help him, so I'm gonna have to put this down because, look at it from this way, guys. Check that out. It's a good thing he's not making any weird noises right now. Now he's laughing. He just hit his head on the bar. Oh well. Oh, he did it. Dang. Well, I tried to make YouTube fun tonight, guys, but show's over. Now he's ready to go for a ride. He wants to do a pull.
This car's junk.
Looky, looky, folks. We found the original sales sheet. This says it's a slow Camaro, and it was a 6-speed. And it was a gas guzzler. But they didn't have gas guzzling taxes back then, so they didn't charge you for it. But the estimated annual fuel cost? Yeah. Yeah, it's really economic. It's great. But look at that, preferred equipment. That's what we're talking about right there. That's not even a race package, so this thing's not even fast. It's just slow and heavy. They added all that weight to it. Look at that. Man. There you go, folks. Car's worth 40 grand a day, just so you know. Alright, so got the grounds here. Yep. So
Anyway,
this
I thought
is
that was cool.
that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Todd gave that to me.
Uncle Skid's over there playing with his stuff. So anyway, this guy, he's got a power strip right there that comes to the battery, so that's pretty cool. Now there's some wires right here. This green one that we're looking at, that's going to go to the good old fuel pump. And then this is your tack wire. It's blue and white. This is your whole housing. We got the O2 on. Boy, getting that crank position sensor in there, I don't even know if the can't focus. Okay, yeah, it's down there. You can't even see it. Getting that bad boy on there, that was fun. That was fun, especially with those wrapped exhaust. Still itching. So remember, you got cylinder heads. So that goes 2-cylinder head. Okay, it's got 2 of them. It's got one over there too, and that goes for the ground for the coils, coil packs. Vroom vroom, spark, light it up, Scotty. We got the housing in. I got the O2 bung on. There was already one there, and so we'll have to tidy that up a tad. Get everything away from heat sources. But I got a lot of this plugged in, and it's just taking a lot of time to get all this little stuff done. But cylinder head temp, boom, we got TPS left and IAC and fuel. He doesn't have a fuel pressure a fuel pressure sensor. We'll get one of those from good old Low Dollar, Brandon. And yeah, we ran that through the hole right there, guys, and so it was pretty easy. It was already there. He's got the block off plate because this is his daily driver, and he talks about how much fun it is to drive every day. We got the fuel rails. We got the intake over there. There'll be some cool video when we talk about that. But he's got a remote battery. Boom, remote battery. And so I'm just going to sit here and watch him for a second because it's fun.
I think I already screwed up.
He thinks he screwed up. Why'd you screw up?
Yeah, because I don't want to put this here. I want to put it over here, right?
Where?
This.
Well,
On the end.
yeah, we need that relay because that goes to the fuel pump.
Don't it go here, not over here?
It can. It can go either, wherever you want it. We're going to have another one either or there. So, because remember this guy right here? Remember, he's got to go on there too. So, that's the... Guys, remember, Holley, this is the power wire. So, it says in plain English on there, connect directly to battery terminals only. That's the only place it can go, guys. Okay? Only place it can go. That's not rust. You don't see rust on there. No.
Cocaine.
Oh, yeah. That's for later. We're going to save that, boys and girls. That's party time.
Weight reduction.
That's I'll show you the timing chart. I got a buddy that sent me a cool timing chart that says we like to party with a lot of ignition timing. And so that's when we like to party. That's for the party. Later. Once again, living it up in the garage, you guys. That's the only place I know how to work on stuff. So we are definitely not at Kevin's Automotive tonight. But it's slow going, guys. I mean, that's all there is to it. It's plug and play.
My new lithium battery.
Lithium EverStart. Optima.
Boat battery.
16 volt right there. 16 volt.
One over.
And it's like 11:30, but we're just out here, you know, sipping on gin and juice with the fairy dust. Having a good time. Actually, we went to Bueno. I'm totally rambling. Hope you guys love this part of the video. But check out this motor. Like, the more I find out about this thing, the more I'm like, I wonder what this thing's going to do naturally aspirated. I'm pretty excited to see what it'll do. So, anyway, it's kind of interesting. There's a lot of different things. He's got a actual gauge, so we may convert that and run it off the Holley, but he's got a trans brake on this bad boy. I didn't realize that. So that'll be really sweet.
All kinds of secrets.
Because when you run the nitrous solenoids, which is really cool, guys, about the nitrous configuration, when you do put these on, their nitrous configuration is amazing. So when you're on the brake, full throttle, say you've got your rev limiter set to 2800 on the chip, it won't activate the cylinder, the solenoids, and you can basically just wait until it releases the brake, and then it'll ramp in your solenoids at whatever you've got their duty cycle set at 100%. You know, if you like to party with a 300 shot right off the bat, good times, or whatever you want to do right off the hit. So there's so many things that you can just change up and all that, but this is bringing power in straight from the battery, and that's where the old battery would have set. And but he's got it in the back, so we're gonna have to get him the old air conditioner.
Are you ready for all this to have power?
What?
Are you ready for all this to have power?
I don't know, not yet. So, wow, guys, we got power. Hang on, let's don't put power there because I got to cut that. All right, I'm going to put this camera down. We're going to get back to work because, you know, we're going racing tonight. Well, kids, it is day 2, and we didn't get it done. Unfortunately, we didn't get to crank this bad boy. We've run out of fittings. And just stuff has happened. So, we got to get that. We got to plumb the regulator. I got the regulator over there, and we got to put that on the thing. So, these are Denso, I believe, and then these are EV1s, and so we cannot get those on the injectors. So I think I have some adapters at the house, but I've got LS3 injectors that we can fit. We got everything else put on, plugged in, and now we're just running wires. We didn't get a TPS right there, so that's gonna need, you know, your TPS right there. Yeah, so, but we've got the IAC, and then I've got a map sensor at the house, and we got the bolts on the intake. We haven't torqued them down, but basically, guys, we are getting there. Got power, your power wire, so that comes out of your 3 main wires right there. So this is going to go back to the fuel pump relay, which is in the back of the car. The injector drivers with the injector harness is on, and now we got to come back here to the back and get all this hooked up. The battery was no good, and guys, that's the thing, like, it could be a brand new battery, but if it's set for a long period of time, it's no good. And it was no good, so we don't have power to power this thing up, unfortunately. But we're getting there. We are getting there. So there's just a quick walkthrough, but this is where we kind of come to a halt today with everything. When you get your Holley stuff, you know, you got your inputs and output connectors. And so, you know, inputs and outputs, that's a whole nother topic that I'm not going to go real deep into right now. But your outputs, basically, it sends a signal out. So like your electric fan output. But anyway, that's an example of an output. So we were up till about 4 this morning working on this thing, just jamming away, wanting to crank it, wanting to kick it over, but it just didn't happen. We're close, but we'll get the handheld. I'll drop a tune in this thing real quick. And guys, we're just gonna use the handheld to tune it because I have a laptop, but he doesn't. I don't know what version of firmware he's got, because I don't know how old this thing is. Hopefully it's fairly new, but you know, I don't know when he bought it, what version it's got, because there's so many different versions of firmware. So you can always upgrade your firmware, but when you upgrade your firmware, you definitely want to unconnect everything. Definitely follow Holley's instructions because they are very specific on that. But we left the inputs and outputs down over here. It's actually right here, so he can get to it, and he can plug those in, and then we'll wire up the fans, figure out all that stuff. So anyway, guys, or he may have them just hardwire somewhere else, some other way, and we'll figure that out with time. But it definitely got some good old ET streets on the back of this bad boy for sure. And this car used to tear the streets up, but it hasn't moved in a while. Now it's time to move on. So, see what the rest of the day has in store, guys.